Good evening, sports card fans. Beantown62 coming at you live from Abilene, Texas, where we are doing our Part B video for our 100 plus sub contest giveaway. And behind me are three of the kind of more bigger cards. Out of the 10 that are being given away, we have, of course, Justin Verlander here to the left of Mr. Mike Trout and Jose Altuve on the right. And so what Beantown62 is going to do is going to give you an example of somebody that Beantown62 feels like should be in the Hall of Fame but was snubbed and dropped off the list. Now, there's a few Red Sox players that Beantown62 could bring up and could go in, but I've been privy to some numbers, and I'm going to pick a player that I really cannot believe is not in the Hall of Fame. And I'm going to cross the line here, and I'm going to say, who am I? I was born in Evansville, Indiana. I was drafted in the 19th round by the New York Yankees. My debut was 9/8/1982, where I played 7 games batting .167. I played again in the big leagues in 1983, 34 games, hitting .283. My rookie year was 1984. In 1984, I edged Dave Winfield for the batting title in the American League by going 4 for 5 in my final game, batting .343 and leading the league in hits with 207 and doubles with 44 while hitting 23 home runs. In 1985, I was the AL MVP, batting .324 with 35 home runs, 48 doubles, and 145 RBIs. That was the most RBIs from a left-handed hitter since Teddy Ballgame hit 159 in 1949. I also won my first Gold Glove in 1985. In 1986, I led the league with 238 hits, 53 doubles, breaking franchise records of Early Combs hits and Lou Gehrig doubles, both which were set in 1927. I was beat out for my second MVP by Roger Clemens, who won the Cy Young that year. That's another one of Beantown62's pet peeves, but that's a whole nother video of pitchers winning MVPs because players can't win Cy Youngs. Don't think it's right. In 1987, I tied Dale Long's major league record of hitting a home run in 8 straight games. I also set the major league record for grand slams in 1987 with 6 in a single season. And that would be the only 6 that I would hit in my career. Who am I? Well, of course, my name is Don Mattingly. And there's Mattingly's 1987 Fleer, and there is his 1984 Fleer rookie card. Look, in 84 he looked so young. By 87, 3 years later, look how grizzled old Mattingly looks. So Don Mattingly. Mattingly had an amazing career. And by the numbers and what Beantown's going to do, of course, I have a spreadsheet, if you've seen some of my past videos, that I've taken the time to enter in all of the offensive statistics of all of the position players, non-pitchers, non-managers, non-Negro League players, everything else. And so I've put all the numbers in of all the players. So I went ahead and I put Don Mattingly's numbers into the spreadsheet just to see where Don Mattingly would fall in our current Hall of Famers. If you look at total points accumulated during his career, Don Mattingly would be in the 107th position out of 163 players, basically the bottom third. But what you have to consider about Don Mattingly's career is he only played 14 years. Most first basemen in the Hall of Fame averaged closer to 18 to 19 years. Most played over 20 years, 22 and up to 24 years at that position. So Don Mattingly, of course, his total points was not as impressive as some other players because of the fact that, again, he only played 14 years. So what Beantown62 likes to do is look at the average points accumulated per year by a player to really give you an idea of where he fits in with all of the other Hall of Famers. So if we take the average points per year in his 14th year career, Don Mattingly now becomes the 30th player in the Hall of Fame out of the 163 players. He would rank number 30 in production per year. That is incredible, Sports Card family. 30th on the list in production per year and is not in the Hall of Fame. If you look at Don Mattingly by position and say, okay, well, that's great and everything, but where does he fit out of all of the first basemen that were elected into the Hall of Fame? There are 40 first basemen in the Hall of Fame listed as first baseman, and Don Mattingly would be ranked the 6th best first baseman in the Hall of Fame if he was in. And so no doubt by his offensive numbers, Don Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. So was it defense? I mean, really, was it defense that kept Don out? I doubt it, because Don Mattingly is a 9-time Gold Glove winner. He won the Gold Glove 9 years out of the 14 years he played. Don Mattingly was a 6-time All-Star. He was an MVP, AL MVP, one time, and was second in the MVP voting one time. Don Mattingly owns 3 Silver Slugger Awards. So again, why? Don Mattingly's number was retired by the New York Yankees. I didn't look this up, but I'd venture to say he's the only number that's been retired that's not in the Hall of Fame, unless the player's not eligible yet. He would be the only one. Another interesting thing, really kind of the only negative thing I could find about Don Mattingly, is in Don Mattingly's 14-year career, he is the only Yankee number to be retired that did not win a World Series title. So Don Mattingly played on probably the biggest drought in the Yankee history for World Series. But that was not due to Don Mattingly, because Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, put up the numbers. So why isn't Don Mattingly in the Hall of Fame? What did he do to upset those voters? I don't know. I just know that by the numbers, by the defensive stats, by everything I can see, Don Mattingly should be solidly, not eking in, but solidly in the Hall of Fame. And that's Beantown's selection in his Part B video. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing all of your selections. And I don't expect everybody to get this detailed. Just tell me who you like and who you think should be in and why, and that'll do. So with that, we're out of here. Later, dude.